All righty, everybody. Welcome to Talking Real Estate with Champions Real Estate Team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. Thank you for joining us. We're here every Wednesday at 12 o'clock over the lunch hour, just kind of give you a quick update of what's going on in the marketplace here around the Omaha metro area for the week of June 17th. So usually we'd be right in the midst of the College World Series. So unfortunately with the COVID-19, we all got to be safe and kind of wait till next year as we go through there. So taking a look at kind of what's going on, I guess, introducing our little guest speakers that we have here. So we have Jeremy Stanislav with Tevelde or Tevelde, yes.
Tevelde is a fun way to say it, though.
Yeah, right. Tevelde and companies. So they do roofing, siding, exterior, basically anything on the exterior. They also do some interior painting. So we'll kind of talk to him a little bit later, kind of about what they do and how we work with them in the real estate industry. Jeff Peterson's with Champions Real Estate Team. And then Russ Williams with Arbor Bank is a mortgage lender. So jumping into what's going on over the, let me get my screen here for us. So taking a look at what happened this last week, we had over 485 new listings that came on the market, just down from last week, about 511, I think is what we had last week. New contracts written. Basically that went pending. So that's under the homes that are under contract at about just under 450 sold homes, which basically is what the market was doing probably 45, 60 days ago, you know, kind of in the midst of the COVID-19. So what we're seeing is some pretty active market going on as far as buyer activity. Sellers, I'll show you another our graphics report that we have here. This kind of shows what's going on in the month between what I'm seeing in the market is, you know, my kind of read on it is that we're taking a look at that we have a lot of pending contracts written, but we don't have a lot of homes on the market. So what that's kind of telling me is that as things have loosened up a little bit with the COVID-19, buyers are ready to rock. You know, buyers are out there, they're looking at the homes that are currently on the market, and the sellers, you know, kind of when we were, you know, shelter in place, you know, a little bit here in Nebraska. Basically, people have kind of waited to get their house on the market. I know I've talked to some other agents around the office here, and myself have had, you know, a handful of clients reach out to me, past clients and new clients reaching out to me about what they need to do to get their house sold. Went on a couple appointments this last week that are probably going to be coming on in the next couple weeks, if not a couple months. Those homes are getting ready. So I think that's a lot of what we're seeing here in the marketplace is that we got those sellers kind of getting their homes ready. That's something Jeremy can talk to you. We'll talk to him about, you know, getting your exterior of your home ready to sell. And obviously we're in the midst of the storm season, getting ready to rock and roll. I know Lincoln got hit about a month ago. That's some things that he can kind of touch on and make sure everyone's, you know, taken care of in that light through there. So, but just kind of recapping what the market's doing. We're still pretty active going through that aspect of it. So we are down about from this time last year, we are down 27%, as you can see on the screen here, right in the middle, 27% homes on the market. So that's, we were at 3,200 homes this time last year. We're at about 2,300 right now. So that's something, like I said, that, you know, going through the COVID-19, people are looking at their houses and what do they need to do? You know, they're talking to us realtors, helping them get their house ready to rock and roll. But then we look down here, we got pendings, which is contracts written, which basically we're up higher than last year, you know, for the month of June to date, essentially. But that's one of those things that we're looking at that it's a great time to buy. We'll talk to Russ here about kind of bringing stop sharing the screen. So let Russ kind of take over kind of what's going on in the mortgage industry since last week. I know I have a couple clients that have gotten contracts accepted this last week that are kind of below 2%, below 3% on their interest rate. So I think that's kind of crazy out there. So just have Russ kind of talk about what's going on and go from there.
Hi, everybody. Mortgage rates right now are sitting right at 50-year lows. As Mark had mentioned, conventional long-term fixed rates for top tier credit are at or below 3%, generally speaking, for purchase money. If you're looking at shorter term loans, those interest rates are even lower, like your 15-year loans, 10-year loans, et cetera. Government loan rates, which we'd be looking at things like VA, FHA, and guaranteed rural housing. those interest rates are even lower. We've seen some of those in the 2.5% range or below for long-term fixed money. So interest rates stay very strong. There's still a supply of first-time home buyer grant money out there that usually runs out sometime between August and October in most years. That's available at some lenders. Also, we're still seeing plenty of funding available through the Nebraska Investment Finance Authority for first-time home buyers as well, called the NIFA program. So for anybody that is looking at buying a house, your purchasing power using finance money is as strong as it's ever been. So contact your lender or me, and we'd love to help.
Yeah, and I know that's something that this last week I met with first-time home buyers over on the Zoom meeting and just talked to them because they're like, well, we don't know if we want to buy now or wait a year. But that's something I kind of advise them is get in touch with somebody like Russ, because there are many different, products out there. And he even mentioned the grant money. If you qualify for that, that's just kind of free money for you to get into a house. That's just one of those things, taking advantage of those low interest rates and basically just have a game plan. That's something here at Champions Real Estate Team, from a coaching background. I coached hockey for over 10 years. It's one of those, that's kind of how my mentality is kind of put together. And I know Jeff's kind of the same way at the sports background. And that's our goal, is to get you a game plan, have a scouting report of what's going on out there. What are sellers thinking? What are buyers thinking? And ultimately, how can we position you, either to sell your home for the most amount of money or even for on the buying side, get you those great rates that are out there. And if there is some credit things that we need to work on, let's put you in place with people that can get you to where you need to be. So that way we can compete in the competition out there, not just participate. I think that's a lot of things that we see. People get really excited when they're buying a home, and it is a very exciting time. But we want to make sure that you're, like I said, able to compete in the competition, not just participate. We don't want to just write contracts, and we're not positioning yourself to be the best capability that you can moving through there. So like Russ said, rates are great. 50-year lows. I know one of my clients is joking, it's almost below inflation. So it's one of those things that it is a great time if you're thinking about it. And in an election year, they'll typically stay fairly steady. I know we've had the COVID-19 kind of thing kind of rock the boat a little bit, but in an election year, I think it's one of those that people don't want to rock the boat on rates, either on both sides, not getting in the politics side of it. But, whoever gets elected, in November, the housing market is still going to chug along. I think what we see historically, and, I've been in it since 2008, been around it all my life as a fourth generation, wealth of knowledge from my parents and stuff like that. But, doesn't matter who gets in the office, we're still going to move forward and buy and sell homes. And I think some people wait on the sidelines, as we come closer to election year, where it's a time I've talked to my clients, I'm like, let's get in the action. And, maybe there is less competition, both from a seller standpoint and a buyer standpoint. So it kind of works out for both sides of the coin. So that's something to really think about as we kind of come into that election year. And if you need to save up money to buy a house, now is a great time to do it. And I'll ultimately get that game plan put together for you. So happy to help you here at Champions Real Estate Team. Jeff, myself, Rich, Thor, and Janine here on Champions Real Estate Team at Berkshire Hathaway. But yeah, we'll jump in and talk with Jeremy Stanislav here with Tevelde. Yes. Tevelde. I didn't have it written down here on my sheet, and
it's a tough one. It's almost as hard as my last name, so it is what it is.
But so let's talk about kind of what you guys do there. In ways that I know I've worked with you, and Jeff has obviously worked with you a lot. Kind of with our sellers, getting their houses ready, and ultimately, you got the weather side of it with hailstorms and stuff like that. So I guess.
Yeah, we're a full home exterior company. Really, we do anything that has to do with your home on the exterior side of it, minus the stonework. We don't do any stonework right now. But, we started out in roofing, but we've actually been doing a lot more siding, siding repair, re-siding. A lot of windows is something we've been putting a lot in, doors as well. So we just kind of continue to kind of grow our business in those areas. With the storm this last year, we're still doing a lot of storm repair from the 2018 storm. I mean, some of that's still being done. It was a big storm, the 2019 storm. And so we're still doing a lot of that, getting that kind of caught up. But one thing that I've noticed is it seems like our siding and window numbers are up a lot this year. People with them being home are looking at their siding, they're looking at their homes. I'm spending more time kind of, doing some maintenance and finding some of those areas where there might be some rotted siding. Maybe it's house paint, another thing we do. And so some of the things that I think people are starting to do, and we're starting to see a lot more people go in and actually look for James Hardy siding or, want new windows. And that's been a big thing over the last couple of months for this year anyway.
Yeah, and I just pulled up your Facebook site here, so that way people can go to that and get all the information for you guys, your websites, services that you offer, and I think that's some of those things that can help people just going through there and basically just getting a consultation. I think sometimes that we look at, especially when we're selling a home, I try to walk around the exterior of the home, and as we're talking about different things that need to be done, but it's getting a good estimate. So maybe if you're not willing to put that money, out of pocket, to get your house ready, that deferred maintenance that needs to be taken care of, we can at least have a contractor bid, have Jeremy come out and take a look at it and see what that is. And then we can make the adjustment on the purchase, on the listing price. That's something that I think.
And we do free estimates, so we can come out and take a look at things and then get a quote. And we're willing to work with, incoming home buyers, if they want to upgrade different areas. And instead of doing just repair work, maybe they want to bump up and do all new siding. We can work with them on those kind of things.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is it's just back to that, giving you a game plan. I think, on a selling side, when you're getting your house ready, and I think a lot of people that have been at home for the last couple months start wandering around. Obviously, the weather's got a lot nicer. They're outside looking, oh gosh, what do I need to do if I want to sell my house in a year? Give us a holler. We'll put you in contact with Jeremy. He can come out and take a look at it. If it's an expense that you don't want to incur right now, well, then let's just price it accordingly. I know I had a house a while back that they basically had 4 layers of shingles on the roof. My client's like, hey, I'm moving out of state. I don't want to have to deal with it. And the house, when I did my market analysis, came in at about $200,000. We got a bid. It was one of those that we priced the house, I think, at like 180, 185 below the market, because of that deferred maintenance that needed to be done. And the house sold, the buyers were happy. They got into the neighborhood they wanted. But it's also one of those that, it's just having that game plan. Now, my client could have repaired that, and got that, listed at 200,000 and got that. But ultimately, a buyer's going to do a home inspection, and those are going to come up. And that's stuff that, on the buying side, when things do come up on the home inspection, as far as exterior, they usually recommend have a contractor come out and take a look at it. That's Jeremy's wheelhouse, where he can kind of come out and give you that estimate of what needs to be done, what needs to be done now and what can be done later. And then that's something that when we come back to negotiations on the buy side, just saying, hey, here's some deferred maintenance items that need to be done. Maybe that agent didn't educate them and tell them that, hey, these are some deferred maintenance items that are going to need to be done by the next buyer. And maybe they priced it at 200,000, but there's $15,000 to $20,000 worth of roof, siding, windows. And now we're coming back to the negotiation table saying, hey, here's items that need to be done. Do you want to do it now? That's fine. Or do you want to adjust the purchase price and maybe your take home from the seller? But you're looking out for both parties, in that manner. So I think that's something that, Jeremy, that you guys can really help out. And that's what facilitating and, and partnering and teaming up with you guys as far as that aspect of it. We don't get a piece of the pie or anything from your work done, but it's just having somebody in your corner that's reliable, trustworthy, and that's going to do a good job. And that's something that we try to, team up with, with the people that we do work with through there. So.
Yeah. And we're going to be honest, we take a lot of pride in our integrity, and we're not going to go in and, say you need a whole new house of siding if it's something that can be repaired or whatever. We give that option, but we're going to be honest, and we're going to tell them the truth. Exactly. This is what has to be done, or what needs to be done, how it has to be done. We just want to do things right.
Yeah. So their website here, I can click on Tevelde and Co.com. So this basically got their phone number here. Jeremy, I don't know if you're welcome to give out your phone number on this if you'd like.
Sure. My number is 402-560-1578.
Yeah. Or obviously you can go on their website here. Got all the different kind of information that you need here, free consultation. Click there and probably connect you to your office and get somebody out there from your guys' company through that. So yeah, hey, I really appreciate you joining us. And as always, if we can help out, Jeremy can help anybody out, we'd love to get you in contact. This will also be posted on our Facebook page. So if you comment on there later, feel free to, we'll get back to you as soon as possible. One thing I did want to show you is that basically we have our Champions Real Estate Team website, things that we just added on here. So if you go under the new listing tab, we have our buyers and our sellers packet. So you just scroll down here, we got a nice little video on kind of the home buying process. But when you click here on our free home buyer's guide, pulls up, you can print this off, read it at your leisure. Just kind of one of those things that give you a game plan on what needs to get done when buying a home. And then on the flip side, when you're selling a home, basically same thing, little video on kind of selling your home in the Omaha area, kind of things that differentiate us, and then basically clicking here and get to the seller's guide. We also have that free what's your home worth. You put your address in there, answer a couple questions, that'll send you the estimated value. Granted, that's an estimate. The best way to do it is to contact one of us here on Champions Team to get a market analysis done for you to get the exact properties that are comparable to your home. So this is kind of a rough estimate, but we can get a more detailed item in there. We have our events that come up on here. So check us out, championsrealestateteam.com. Check us out, follow us on our Facebook page. Get back out of, I get this sharing here. Was that sharing or no?
No.
Oh, man. Anyway, so jump back on. I'll do a little quick one here. So since y'all heard me. So on the new listings up here, why don't you guys say something, man? Leave me out there hanging. On a roll. Just let him go. So anyways, all right. So it's click on the today's new listings. So that's our buyers section. Like I said, the video, clicking here to download, that'll pull you up here. You can print that off. And then under selling, basically have our sellers packet there. So don't you love technology, right? So it has our Facebook page here. So if you go to the website, you can jump right onto our Facebook page, any other information on there. What's your home worth? And clicking on that will basically enter your address in. So anytime you guys register, anybody registers on, basically that just comes to us. We don't bother you or anything like that. We just want to reach out and see how we can help you. So feel free to give us a holler. And once again, click out of here. So thanks again for joining us. So once again, the housing market is pretty active. Like I said, I've talked to other agents and agents on our team here that we have, listings going to be coming up here in the next couple of weeks or so as the sellers get ready to rock and roll. And as always, if we have any exterior questions and things like that, we get a hold of Jeremy. And then those that are buying and selling, even refinancing. I know myself and my wife, we just refinanced from a 3.5% down to about a 3% loan. And Russ was able to basically cut off 2 years off of our mortgage. And we just moved into our house last October. That's one of those things they're able to save us a ton of interest. And we're keeping our, it's kind of one of those options. You keep your house payment the same, or do you want to reduce that price and keep that term, for that 30 years? So anyways, give Russ a holler if he can help you out any on the refi side, or as always with the new purchases. But that's something, just like we said, get a game plan together. We're here to help you, whether that's next week, next month, next year. We just want to help you throughout the process and, put the pieces of the puzzle in place. And, from the exterior side of the home, get Jeremy involved and get in the new home with Russ. So thank you, Jeremy, for joining us today. Appreciate it. As always, Russ, joining us every week. So appreciate that. Jeff, thank you for all you do, making sure we're alive and keeping us in line. So, but thanks again, everybody. And look forward to see you next week. And I think Father's Day is coming up this weekend. So everyone have a great Father's Day. Anything else that's going on? Anybody else have anything to add?
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
All righty. Sounds good.